Good morning, everyone. Let us start with day 5 of our regular session for SAP FICO. The topics that we will cover today are GL reports, trial balance, balance sheet, and P&L account. To prepare all these reports, I have constructed some of the business transactions like I have introduced some capital into the business, have taken some loan. Now, based on the bank balance I have purchased some building, furniture, plant, computers, and also made some investments. And during the regular operation of the business, I have made some expenses. Those are salary, advertisement, electricity, rent. And during the course of the operation, I have been able to make a sale of 60 lakh, and on the interest on investment of 1 lakh rupees. So the first thing that we have to consider is to create the journal entries for all those transactions. The basic rule for journal entries I have already covered in my previous session. So if I write the journal entries for all those transactions, the account that is debited, the account that is credited, and the corresponding amount I have captured over here. So for the capital introduced in the business, the accounting entry is bank account debit to share capital account. For the loan taken, it is bank account debit to loan account. For purchasing the building, it is building to bank. Similarly, furniture to bank. Similarly, plant to bank, computer to bank, investment to bank. And for expenses, again it's a salary to bank, advertisement to bank, electricity to bank, and rent to bank. Coming to income side, we have income account gets credited, so bank account debit to income account, sales income account, and bank account debit to interest income account. So this is how we form the journal entries. After the journal entries are formed, the next step is to get the ledger balances. For the ledger balances are nothing but the trial balance itself. So what I have done is all the accounts that are involved either on the debit side or on the credit side I have listed down over here, and then I have calculated the balance. Like share capital account is only at one place which is credited, and the amount is 100 lakh. That is what has come here. Similarly, for all the accounts, the amount has flown from the respective debit or credit line items from the journal entries. The only thing is for the bank account which has occurred at multiple journal, which has been booked in multiple journal entries, we have to get the sum of those. So what I have done is sum of all debits, that is 150 lakh, minus sum of all credits, and then sum of all debits again. So the balance that I got is 118 lakh and 50,000. So this is the my ledger statement or my trial balance. So trial balance holds the balance for all the GLs that are booked during the course of the business. After the trial balance comes the preparation of the balance sheet. But before balance sheet, we should prepare the P&L account. So in the P&L account, on one side we have all the expenses, on the other side we have all the incomes. So expenses are my these accounts: salary, advertisement, electricity, and expenses. These are my four expenses which I have mentioned here, and the balances I have taken from the trial balance: 1 lakh 50 20 30. 1 lakh 50 20 30. Similarly, we have two on the income side, that are sales and interest income. That is what I have mentioned as sales and interest income and the respective amount. Then I did the total of the debit and total of the credit and found that the credit is more than debit. If the income is more than the expenses, then of course there is a profit. So my profit is 59 lakh. Now when I create the balance sheet, in the balance sheet we have liabilities and capital on one side and assets on the other side. So liabilities and capital includes my share capital and loan and the respective amounts, and assets meaning from building until bank balance. So these are all my assets. So all my assets total to 209 lakh. All my liabilities before reserves and surplus total to 150 lakh. So there was a difference of 59 lakh, which is nothing but the profit amount. So profit amount from the P&L account is transferred to the reserve and surplus of 59 lakh. Then my trial balance is matched of 209 lakh on the liability side and 209 lakh on the debit side. So the profit is transferred in the reserve and surplus as a positive balance, and the end if there had been loss, those will again get transferred to the reserve and surplus but as a negative figure. So this is how we prepare the journal entries from the business transactions, and then we get the trial balance, we prepare the P&L account, and the balance of the P&L account is transferred to the balance sheet account, and liabilities and assets are recorded, and ultimately my balance sheet is tallied. We can say that our final account, that is the balance sheet P&L, matches only when the balance sheet account tallies. Now let us look at some of the points from the SAP perspectives. So from, if I go into SAP to see the GL reports, we have these three transactions. Let me show you practically. I'm logging into SAP. So in the GL reports, the major bifurcation is line item report and the balance report. Trial balance is nothing but the balance report, right? And line item report means, if we talk in our example, for each of the account like share capital, building, furniture, plant, computer, investment, salary, advertisement, electricity, sales, and interest, you have only one line item present for all the and transactions that have incurred during the month. But if you see for the bank account, there are multiple lines. So in the line item report, you will see bank with multiple postings, multiple line postings. How many lines are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Out of which 4 are on the debit side and remaining are on the credit side. So the difference between line item report and balance report is, line item report shows all the postings one by one into the report, and balance report shows the total net balance. Now the net balance is 118 and 50. So that is the difference between line item report and the GL report. Now let's see in SAP. First I am executing the GL report, that is FBL 3N. First transaction that I have mentioned is FBL 3N. So here we have the option to give the company code and the GL account for which we want to see the line items. So first thing that I am doing is I am executing the GL line item report for CO05 company code and all the GLs in which there is a booking, in which there is a posting. And when you execute the GL line item report, we have the option to see only the open item or only the cleared item or all the items. I have already understood what are open items, what are cleared items, and what are balanced posted items. As of now, I am opening the balance for all the GL accounts, the balance for all the GL accounts in company code CO05 that have been posted until now without giving any date range. Let me execute. You see, the GL account 100 300 has one entry posted of -100. Negative means it is the posting is on the credit side. Similarly, for the sundry creditors 100 700, there are these many lines and line items posted. Okay, so this is what we call is the line item report. Similarly, for GRIR clearing 100 900, we have these many items posted. For the general expense, we have only one item posted. For the price difference, we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 journal entries created. So this is the first line item report, which is the entry view. I'm just introducing this term, entry view and GL view. Don't get confused with this. I will explain this in the upcoming session. Next report is FAGLL 03. Now here you see this is a GL view. GL account item, line item display, but this is a GL view. Again, I am giving the same parameter. I am clicking on all items. For this company code, I want to see the report for all the GL accounts. That's why I am not given any GL. And let me execute this. Again, I get the same kind of report. Third report that we can use is FAGLL 03H. This is also the report in the GL view. I am giving the company code and I am giving all items without any date range. And let me execute it. How to work with these reports we will understand in the upcoming sessions better, as these are only the overview sessions. Here you see there are, for this company code, there are bookings in all those GL accounts, and these are the journal entries number that are posted and with these amounts. So these are the line item reports. Similarly, if we see the balance reports, let's execute the first report that we have in our list. The first report that we have in our list is FS10N. Here also we give the GL account numbers and as on which fiscal year we want to see the balances, and I want to see for a particular GL account. So let me first execute the line item report and take the balance of any one GL and show you. You see the balance in 100 300 GL is 100 UGX. Let me just provide the GL account 100 and 300 here and execute. We see the ending balance is 100 and there is a booking in period number 6. and there is no booking in period number 1 2 3 4 5, and there is no carry forward from the previous years also. Now let me show the balance for 100 and 700. 100 700, execute. You see it is showing the balance of 6513,000. You see 6513,000 is what we have here, and there is a booking in period number 6 and no bookings in any other period. So this is the first balance report wherein we can see the balance per GL account. If we give multiple GL account, system will give the sum of bookings of all the debits and credits in this GL plus this GL, yeah, or with all the GL account that fall within this range. So as of now 6513, all 0 we had in the in 100 and 700 GL, and 100 we had in the next GL. So for both the GLs it has summed up and shown over here. Second report for GL balance is this report, FAGLB 03, FAGLB 03. This report also shows the same value. Again we have 100, and if we see, there are minor differences in those different GL accounts, which I will explain in the upcoming sessions when you have more understanding of accounting principles, ledgers in SAP, and different other terminologies in detail. As of now you can see the same balance in this report also for those GL accounts. Another transaction is this. I am putting my company code in the filter criteria, putting the currency type. Don't get confused with the currency type. I will explain what are the currency types in the further coming sessions. Let me put this GL account in specific, or let me put the other GL also, and see how this report is displayed. Yeah, we have some further like ledgers 0L, and from period 1 to 12 I want to see all the postings. I want to see all the postings that have occurred in those GLs given above in fiscal year 2025 from period 1 to 12. Let me execute this. So I can see for the first GL we have 100 on the credit side, and for the second GL we have 6513,000 on the credit side. So the accumulated total balance of those both the GL accounts is 6513,100, which is what we saw in the previous report also. Next is this report. Again here also I am giving the company code and reporting period from 1 to 12. Don't get confused with 16. And ledger I am putting 0L. You only concentrate on the reporting period, fiscal year, the GL account, and the company code. Again I am giving the same GL account, and let's see how this report shows the value. You see there are two line items for 100 300 and 100 700. You see there are balances on the credit side 100 and 6513,000, and accumulated balance you have 6513,100. This is also the balance report, not the line item report. And if we come to the trial balance is nothing but the GL balance report itself only. So we have this particular report to to use when anybody asks to generate the trial balance. Similarly, we have the same report to display the trial balance. Apart from this, we have this another transactions. Let us see. Again, I am giving company code fiscal year and open item. As on this fiscal period, we have 1 to 12. Let me execute this. Enter. Here you see I did not give any GL account. Let me just give those two GL so that we are not confused. 100, 300, 100, 700. Execute. So you see for the first GL we have on the credit side accumulated value on the credit side is 100. For the second one it is 6513000, and for the closing balance is 6513100 in total. This is another report for trial balance or the GL account balance. For the balance sheet and for the P&L account, we need to design the financial statement version, which is designed in T code OB58. I repeat again, for the balance sheet and for the P&L, we need to design the financial statement version in T code OB58, which I will be showing in the upcoming session. So that's all for today. Now we better understand how to write the journal entries for the transactions, how to create the trial balance, P&L account, balance sheet, and how to execute all those transactions to see the reports in SAP. Please make a note of all those transaction codes. Although these transaction codes will be using in our regular operations, in our regular sessions on a daily basis, which will get auto memorized for you. So I am closing day 5 here. We'll meet again tomorrow. Thank you.